FactsVerse presents. Mama bear does this after man saves her drowning cubs. Animals out in the wild can be sweet, they can be dangerous, and they can be unpredictable. That's something that many people just don't consider when they encounter animals in the wild. When a mother is caring for her young, she becomes especially dangerous because it's her instinct to protect her babies no matter what. And one man saw a bear in trouble, and he risked his life to do something about it. We'll give you the details in just a moment. First, help us spread the word about FactsVerse by clicking that like button. Also, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. Lake Vaygazero is located in northwestern Russia. The water gets very cold during the winter, and it's not uncommon for the temperatures in the lake to drop down to 4 degrees below during the winter. Considering the size of the lake and the freezing temperatures, it's far too cold for both humans or wildlife to attempt to make a swim in the winter. The reason why the mother cub attempted to cross this freezing lake with her cubs is unknown. The mother bear's journey across the lake started out fine, regardless of the temperature of the water. Because of the cold temperatures carrying her cubs, it became a bit too much for her. When the mother bear was forced to let go, the cubs were unable to keep up. They were stuck in the middle of the lake, struggling to get to the shore. Most mother bears are known for being selfless and being willing to do anything to protect their young. For some reason, this mother bear's maternal instincts just didn't kick in. The water was too cold, and she ditched her cubs in the middle of the lake and she swam away. Well, that's something that baffled wildlife survivors because typically a mother bear would sacrifice herself before giving up on her cubs. She did try to fight the current and keep her babies on her back, but the current was just too strong and she got separated from her cubs. Fortunately, a boat was in the lake and saw what was happening to the cubs. The fishermen on board knew how cold the lake water was, and they knew that it was a race against time to get those bear cubs out of the water and to their mother. It was clear the cubs were getting tired trying to keep their heads above water, and their fishermen had to find a way to pluck the cubs out of the water safely and quickly. Even though the mother bear left her cubs there in the water, she stayed nearby, watching the scene unfold. The fishermen knew that this added to the danger that they would be in if they tried to save the bear cubs. They didn't know if the mother was going to try and intervene at the last minute or even try to board their boat. The fishermen on the boat knew that they had to capture the entire thing on camera because this is just something most people would not believe. When the boat got close to the bear cubs, one of them immediately started trying to get on. He was reaching up to the boat with his paws. As the bear tried to get up onto the boat, he was struggling. Not only was the boat too high for the little cub, but he was already weak from being in the frigid water for so long that pulling himself up was just proving impossible for him. The fishermen quickly put their plan into motion, and they used their fishing gear to help pull the bear up. Because bears have very sharp teeth and strong jaws, they were sure the cub would use his teeth to pull himself up onto the boat. The fishermen were worried that when they got the bear up on the boat that he would attack them. When the bear cub looked at them with his sad eyes, though, they knew they had to help regardless. They grabbed a fishing net and managed to pull the cub out of the water. When they got the bear on board, they couldn't celebrate just yet because they still had another bear to get on board while keeping the first one calm. It wasn't easy, but they pulled it off. They had both bears out of the water. Well, now that the fishermen had these scared, cold, wet bear cubs in their boat, they had to figure out what to do next. These cubs were afraid, and they needed their mother. How were they going to get the cubs to the mother without putting themselves in danger? After searching the shore, they found a good place to let the cubs go so they could be reunited with their mother. Mama Bear first started to move down the shore in the opposite direction. It was almost as if she didn't see her cubs or just didn't care. The fishermen began to worry that the cubs were going to be left to fend for themselves. When the bear turned in their direction, though, she realized that her cubs were there and she headed back to reunite with them. The real heroes of this story were the cubs because they were so strong and determined. Of course, those fishermen are also heroes because if it weren't for them, the cubs never would have made it out of the water. Sometimes, accepting help is just a bare necessity. Subscribe for more.